There's been a lot of conversation lately surrounding Jason Nash and his new career path. If you've been on TikTok at all, no matter what time of day, you've probably come across Jason Nash screaming on lives, begging for gifts.
Fish! Let's go! 13-win streak! Go, baby, go! Go, 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 push, guys!
He's embarked on this new career path of doing live battles, which some people are calling panhandling. Jason's been getting called out left and right by his own friends over his career choice, and he's finally addressing it. It's a mess, so let's get into it. A few days ago, we talked about influencers who've had their time in the spotlight and maybe aren't as popular anymore, and how they found a new career on TikTok. And I'm not talking about making creative videos and growing an audience because they're providing great content or anything like that. We're talking about begging. Jason's one of them who recently found these TikTok live battles, and he's pretty much been spending hours a day screaming at people to send him gifts.
Ah! Santa Corky! With the kitty! Let's go! 13-win streak! Double tap, come on, guys. 13-win streak, save us. Galaxy gets a follow, guys. If you're new, please. 120, get us a little closer.
Now, I will say, there are a lot of creators on TikTok who do this. It's not just Jason. Jeffree Star is also on live pretty much all hours of the day doing battles, but for some reason, Jason has been the one that's drawn the most attention. A lot of people are saying that he needs to go find himself a job instead of relying solely on TikTok battle income to pay for his lifestyle. I never realized just how much he begs people to send him these gifts until I tuned in and actually spent like half an hour watching one of these lives.
Joel, Fish, Steph, everybody.
He will literally seek out his top gifter, invite them over and over again to his battles, and call on different creators to throw him certain gifts. I could see if he was on live teaching people a skill or actually being entertaining, then yeah. If you want to say thanks, throw him a gift. But needing to scream and call out to people to send you gifts is really embarrassing, and a lot of viewers from the Vlog Squad days are wondering how Jason got himself in this situation. Jason was such a huge part of the Vlog Squad for years. He was friends with someone who was once one of the most viewed and the most consistent YouTubers. I know the members weren't getting paid by David for like a daily rate or anything like that, but they were getting paid in exposure, and Jason did take advantage of that. He was also making his own videos with his own sponsorships, and he was getting pretty decent views during his time there. Not that his finances are any of our business, but people are just trying to comprehend how he got himself into this position. Well, I guess Jason has finally had enough of people making fun of him for his career choices, and he's addressing it. He sat down on his podcast this week, and he had a conversation about his TikTok battles. Jason started off by explaining how these battles work and some experiences that he's had during his time doing them.
And so we're in teams. It's 2 versus 2, right?
Yeah.
So they go, you get Lance. I go, you get Lance on your team. I go, great. I love Lance. Like, okay, me and Lance, that's great. 2 Viners, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so then I go, Lance, you got a glove? Oh, and a glove means it's times 5 the point. So if you have a glove, it's times 5 the point.
Right, of course.
So I go, is your girl gonna drop the glove? You know, because someone just got, and he goes, my girl. He goes, that's my mom. He goes, that's the only gifter I have right now is my mom. and so, okay, well, tell your mom to drop it at doubles or at this time, you know?
Yeah.
So then the time comes during the match and the mom doesn't.
I feel like I'm a parent listening to my
Do you
kid
have a degree?
tell me what the internet is.
So
I have
the
no
guy
idea
goes,
what you're talking about.
Wait, let me finish.
Okay.
So then the guy goes, so the time comes to drop the glove. And I'm like, Lance, I'm like, where's the glove? Where's the fucking glove? Like, come on, like we're losing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, tell your mom to drop the glove. And then he calls on. You just see him. He goes, Ma, drop the glove. Drop the glove. It was the funniest thing I ever saw. And then sure enough, she was a little late, but she did it.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Is it just me, or can you actually physically see the embarrassment that his friends have for this? They kept pushing for him to explain more about his decision for doing these TikTok lives and how he feels about them, and you can tell his friends are just as confused as we are. Jason was also asked if the negativity towards him during these battles has affected him at all, and Jason says it hasn't.
When does the despair kick in? Does it ever kick in?
The despair never kicks in.
No, I'm not talking about the
The
despair.
despair's always there.
Do any of the does any of the negativity affect you around it?
No, it really doesn't. At first, when I would see the comments, it did affect me. I was like, oh man, this is bad. And then now I've seen every comment, and it's actually made me stronger.
And then we learned more about his financial situation. Jason admitted that he's really not in a good position financially, and that's the whole reason that he's been doing these lives so often.
Would I be on TikTok Live if I wasn't in like a financial hole? I don't know. Probably not. YouTube wasn't really working, and I needed to find something. TikTok came to me. They were like, "We'll help you," and I was like,
Oh, that's good.
I was like, okay.
And then his friend asked him, why doesn't he think about getting a normal job like everyone has been suggesting? And Jason says it's because he has no skills.
Do you ever think about going
To DoorDash.
or to like did you ever think about going back to like any other job, or was like
I can't do anything else.
or just like I love an electrician, obviously you do lives with him.
What would you suggest I do?
It's just that
Let me get a job
I'm
at
genuinely-
Lululemon. Why don't I get a real job? I don't have any skills.
This is honestly so sad to listen to. I mean, I can appreciate the honesty, but it's so hard to comprehend how this is someone who is a part of a production on YouTube that made David into a multi-millionaire. Sure, maybe David is on Snapchat now, but I'm sure that he doesn't have to be. Jason has even talked about how David cut their podcast off because his heart wasn't in it anymore and he simply didn't need the money. Meanwhile, that was probably Jason's main source of income. And I know David was successful before Jason got involved, but Jason was a huge part of his videos. Jason dropped pretty much everything to be filming with David all day long, doing all these different things, supporting him, and this is where it got him. David is living in some mansion in LA, making millions from Snapchat, not having to really do much of anything, and Jason is begging on TikTok. Someone in the comments even said, "I'm so confused why Jason isn't rich. He was a main character for one of the biggest YouTube channels for over 4 years. That would be like John Stamos working a day job after Full House while the producers live in luxury. Makes no sense." Now, Jason did say that he does still have some career goals that he is hoping to work towards.
I obviously your kids are first and foremost, but do you also have a North Star for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to make this TV show, and I had a good meeting the other day.
And that's great and all, but I'm also so confused as to how Jason feels like he has absolutely no skills to contribute to society. I'm pretty sure he has a degree, and not only that, but he must have some talent when it comes to comedy. He used to write all their jokes for their roast battles, and he helped David build the vlog squad up. There has to be something there that makes more sense for him other than begging for gifts. This situation with Jason and people telling him to get a real job has actually made people look at the influencers who did move on after being an influencer and then got a real job. Alex Ernst is one ex-Vlog Squad member who now works a normal job, and he actually threw some shade towards Jason's use of TikTok.
Yeah, let's put these bricks in, huh? All right, I'm gonna put them in, and then I'll update you. It's getting dark, I have to hurry. Okay, it's dark, but I got the steps in, you can't see them. So it's the next day, I put the steps in last night, you couldn't see them. And, well, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Okay. So I would have continued this vlog a lot earlier if I didn't have a job. Yeah, some of us have jobs. Some of us work for a living. I'm gonna be live on this app all day today, guys. And Warner, let's go! Yes! Send me another Galaxy. Send me 3 Galaxy gifts, and I'll take my shirt off for 3 seconds, guys. Come on. Send me some gifts. I need some gifts. Come on. Guys, send me some gifts. Seriously.
Another influencer who realized social media wasn't good for them anymore and got out of it was Gabby Hannah. Gabby moved out of LA, and she's now a fitness instructor at one of her local gyms.
Hey, come here. You want to know the real secret to meeting your fitness goals? Cardio? Sure, that's a part of it. Strength? Okay. also a part of it. Don't make fun of my push-ups. But the real secret, the thing that's going to ensure you meet your goals, consistency. Consistency. And you want to know the number one secret to consistency? Fun. Your workout doesn't have to be boring. It can be as fun as a night out dancing with your friends. And it should be. My name's Gabby and I'm your new instructor. You can tell my thighs are burning because I'm having so much fun and looking so good doing it. Am I dancing or am I swimming my waist? Take part in our 3 new dance-inspired fitness classes. No dance experience required, all fitness levels encouraged. Looking good all starts with feeling good. Come take a class today and thank yourself tomorrow.
And people are actually so happy to see this. We could all tell that she wasn't in a great position on the internet, so she took herself off and made a life for herself offline. More and more people have been learning about these TikTok battles because of Jason, and a lot of people that Jason once knew have something to say. Trisha actually talked about the TikTok lives that Jason's been doing, and she brought up Gabby and how happy she is to see that she took a step back from social media.
Kind of Gabby Hannah coded, I guess.
Gabby's back.
So
Yeah, Gabby's was like a full-on promo. I want to take that class.
I know. I was like almost emotional. I was like, I'm actually so happy for her because she seemed like the original like Gabby energy that everyone like fell in love with. You know, like the lightness.
Yeah, and that's what everyone was saying too. Even on TikTok, everyone was really supportive because they're like, oh yeah, she's always like loved fitness and dancing, and like that makes sense that she would be doing this. And she looked good and she looked happy, and I feel like there is something to that. I feel like, yeah, you can tell when someone's like genuinely not happy doing social media. And I feel like she was kind of there for a minute and she seems happy, which is good.
There were people being shady, like, oh, like she has to do this now. I'm like, if you are coming for anyone who like leaves social media to work like a actual job, you know, you're a loser, I think. Like, let people do whatever they want to do.
Let people work. Back to on Gabby Hannah specifically, I don't know if she even has to. She's always said she's like super like cheap, doesn't spend her money. She's had like, I think she said she had a 15-year lease on her home, which is like crazy, which means you put a lot down. She sold the home, so that's like millions of dollars right there. Like, I think she's fine. I think, if anything, she's been really good with her money, and she probably doesn't have to.
Honestly, let's applaud anyone who leaves social media and works an actual job, I think. Because these days, it's kind of rare.
If you can work, like, that is the case. Like, I actually respect people more when they can go and, like, get a job, like, work and contribute to society.
Yeah.
It also seems like a lot of people have the same opinion of if you're really stuck on doing something in social media or something creative, at least be creative. There are so many other ventures that Jason could do. He could be a manager, he could do audiobooks, write sketches. He could even go on TikTok Live and do like his comedy stand-up stuff. And if people really enjoy it and send him a gift, great. It's not the fact that he's doing TikTok that's bad. It's sitting there and expecting people to send you money, providing absolutely nothing but embarrassment that's making people think this is a little bit strange. Jeff and Tana also talked about Jason's live shows, and Jeff actually tried to see things from Jason's side.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you seen Jason Nash on TikTok Live every day begging for money?
Yeah. I see clips of it. I see like YouTube videos where people.
I would rather him have fans. Like every day I get on my TikTok and every hour on the hour, Jason Nash is live.
He's got kids. Like
he doesn't see them. He's live thanking people for roses 18 hours a day.
That part's bad, but also if he had fans, that'd be even worse for his kids, you know?
I just feel like he needs to be like a DoorDash driver then. Like it's just getting out of hand.
Or a writer or something. He's got talents that he doesn't need to be like so given so much of himself on the internet. Like he could.
Yeah.
He could.
And I don't know why I'm talking shit. I'm literally a sellout.
What do you mean?
If push came to shove, I would be on live begging too. But for some reason, when I do it, it's like camp. And when he does it, it's like jail.
You don't need the money.
And just watching this clip, it's like crazy to think about how much things have changed. Jeff and Jason were once really good friends, and Jason chose David over Jeff. Obviously, Jason stuck by David's side because that's how he was making his money. But that changed quickly and Jason was left with nothing. Imagine if Jason had done the right thing and stuck by Jeff. They could have had a podcast together, or Jason could have at least kept appearing on Jeff FM. Jason followed the money instead of doing the right thing by his good friend, and look where it got him. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.